All right, so we're going to start a chapter on solving equations. Okay, this is a huge chapter that you'll use throughout all of your math classes that you take after algebra. You will also use these ideas later on as well. Okay, so this is a really important chapter. So here we go. So one-step equations. So first thing we have to talk about is inverse operations. Okay, these are operations that undo each other. Okay, so addition and subtraction. Okay, if I add 7 and subtract 7, I get to 0. Or multiplication and division. If I multiply by 7 and divide by 7, okay, those undo each other. Okay, biggest thing is we want to make sure that we understand how to undo things so we can get a variable by itself. Okay, so let's look at an example. Okay, so I've got x plus 7 equals 9. Okay, so I want to get x by itself. So we always want to get our variable by itself. So then think to yourself, how do I undo addition, okay, subtraction? So I have to subtract 7 on the left side of my equal sign. I also have to subtract 7 on the right side of my equal sign. If I don't do that and I just subtract 7 from this side, I have completely changed my equation. Okay, so plus 7 minus 7, those cancel. So I'm left with x on the left side equals 9 minus 7 is 2. Okay, you can always go back and check yourself, guys. So here's my answer. Is 2 plus 7 equal to 9? Okay, that's always how you can go back and check to make sure you have the correct answer. Take your number that you got, plug it in for your variable like we have been the past couple note sheets in last chapter, okay, and then check. Okay, that's a check. Okay, do you have to do a check? No. Do you have to write it out? No. Okay, you could always use a calculator too. When we get to harder problems, the calculator might be helpful. All right, so the next one, x minus 2 equals 12. Okay, so opposite operation or inverse operation of subtraction is addition. So I'm going to add 2, and I'm going to add 2 on the right side of my equal sign. So minus 2 plus 2 cancel. So you get x equals 14. Again, you can check if you need to. Plug it back in here. 14 minus 2 does equal 12. All right, so the next one, we're multiplying. Okay, even though there's not a multiplication symbol in here, we are actually multiplying. This says 3 times x. When we say 3x, it is 3 times x. So opposite operation of multiplication would be to divide. So I'm going to divide by 3 on both sides. So my 3's cancel each other out. I'm left with x on this side. And then 18 divided by 3 is 6. You can check these ones the same way you check addition and subtraction. Is 3 times 6, the number I got, 18. Okay, last one. Okay. When you see equations and you're solving equations, they're not going to use the division symbol like you're used to. So I want you guys to understand that this and the fraction mean the same thing. Okay, so whenever you see a fraction, I want you to think division. So here I'm dividing by 5, so I'm going to multiply by 5 on both sides. Okay, because those cancel. The multiplication and division cancel. So we get x equals 10.